want to talk a little bit here, some speculation, if you will. Yeah, we'll call it speculation about the recently accidentally released Valkyr Prime, Cernos Prime, Venka Prime stuff that I did make a video on. I'll put a little link there if you haven't seen the video yet, just so you can quickly see it. I may just run a portion of that video in here while we talk about it. We'll see. Anyway, so it's interesting that they're going to go with Valkyr Prime, it looks like here for the holiday season. Pretty much like what they did last year. Nova Prime came out, pushing Trinity Prime back farther. And I think it's just because Valkyr Prime or Valkyr is a much more popular frame than Banshee. Still, if they stay in line with 2 female frames as the next rolling setup like it should be, then we should hopefully see Banshee as the second one. So we'll probably be talking like, I don't know, maybe March, right? Give or take, because if this next one shows up here in December, then it should probably around March that we would see maybe Banshee Prime, which would be nice to see it, because I mean, even if it's a few people, if they do it right, then it'll be a lot more than a few people. Kind of like Trinity Prime came out pretty nice. So there's that, and then hopefully, if things go well after that, then it's 2 male frames, which could potentially mean an Oberon Prime as the next male frame, which for me would just be insanely awesome. Of course, that would be meaning I'd have to wait here until about like June-ish, give or take, somewhere around maybe TennoCon there, right? Anyway, so there's that. But in terms of what could potentially be happening there, we saw some of the stuff. You know, I can't say that we know anything specific, because anything is subject to change within the game, of course, you know, all up until it releases. But, you know, speculation, there's a couple things that are going on. Some people have been talking to me about some stuff, so if you don't really want to know things, now's a good time to not listen. There is the potential with this particular Prime Access Pack to actually see for the first time weapon lock based off of mastery level. So potentially the Venka Prime, the Cernos Prime are actually going to be mastery locked weapons, which would be interesting. Again, there's the separation that is coming from it, and I guess you would say mastery locked based off of you farming the items within the game. So if you're trying to farm the stuff up and you farm it and you're not at that mastery level that they would be requiring this time around, then you won't be able to utilize them until you reach that level. Obviously, buying them automatically bypasses that, and you have full access to it, but that's because you're buying it. And that's the way it's been in the past with other weapons too, that I think we've had a couple of the Prime weapons that if you just purchase it, you're good to go. With like the Boltor Prime was moved into a mastery lock as well at one point, so I think we'll definitely see that again with this one. I know, I have a feeling, if you will, that this time around they're going to do something a bit different between the Prime Access Pack and the Prime Accessories Pack, and I'm still up in the air about what exactly it's going to be, but I have a feeling we're going to definitely see something different this time around. Yeah, just leave it at that. And of course, if they break it up properly, which is something that they should have done a long time ago, when people have asked, you know, to break up that the accessory stuff a little bit more. If they break it up properly, or if they still keep it at a good cost and add some really nice things in there, you know, like say maybe put some platinum in there, that type of stuff, as well as, you know, your boosters, just a little bit, nothing too special, then you'd probably see a huge onslaught of people just buying the accessory pack as well, because there's some benefit in there for them, and they can still farm for the actual items, Prime gear, if you will. I mean, the one thing that's always gotten me with the accessories would be the 90-day boosters, but now you've got those 30-day ones in game. If you have a good amount of platinum, you can utilize those. So really, the big thing is what can you offer me in terms of other things now instead of just the boosters, you know. So we'll see what happens with that case, but it'll be interesting nonetheless. Like I said, you know, I mean, they're just gonna do like what they did last year. The new Nova Prime would sell much more than Trinity Prime, and same thing around now. I know that the Valkyr Prime, Cernos Prime, Venka Prime setup will sell a lot better than the Banshee Prime setup at this point. But hopefully that just gives them a little bit more time to work on Banshee, and that we see Banshee as the next female one after that, for us players that actually do enjoy Banshee. And she's a mysterious frame, if you will. Let's put it that way. Underappreciated, underused. Not many people understand how to use her, I think, is the problem. You know, so there's that. But yeah, so that's all. Just some speculations, just some ideas. Mastery locks again on the weapons. I think we'll definitely this time around, just from thoughts and conversations, I think we may actually see a different type of accessory pack than what we've been used to in the past. So anyway, share your thoughts, comments below, and I will catch you guys soon with some more content. I've really been trying to push and hold off on the War Within stuff as much as I can, just for my sanity to get through everything else that's been updated in the game and try everything else out, and because that's what everybody is doing, so I like to be different. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.